Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic and host of Bachelorette Recap, a guy's review. In this video, we're going to be discussing Greg Grippo. Now, there is a civil war brewing in Bachelor Nation between those who are refusing to watch the show if he is named the Bachelor, and those that are like, all right, he's all right, what can you do? You know, it seems to be people are either really against it or people are like, oh, come on, you know, you apologize, but, you know. So we're going to discuss all that. I'll play a voicemail. I'm going to tell you what Reality Steve is saying and what the creator of the show is saying, because these things are never finalized. As we know in the past, there's been people like Kayla who have had their whole introductions filmed, and then they were kind of rolled back, offering them that role. So until you cash that check, Greg, I wouldn't name yourself Bachelor. But that's exactly what went down. So we're going to get into all of that. Do me a favor, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. And I've got my next video coming out is my interview with Brendan Quinn Scanzano from Katie Thurston's season. You can go check that out. That's going to be my next video coming out. And then I'll have some extra bonus content that's going to be on my Patreon right after that. Patreon.com/Dave Neal. So if you want the extra bonus behind the scenes content, how we you know, what we had to say after the interview and all that jazz, go to patreon.com/Dave Neal. All right, let's get right into this. So it started yesterday for you guys. Today is Friday. I'm recording this Thursday night because I have a flight to catch. So this is, but by all means, things can change in a second. This could be old news. Reality Steve posted this. What I've been hearing the past 5 days or so regarding the next Bachelor are this. Been told it's going to be Greg. So whole thing about it's going to be Greg, that's according to Reality Steve. He gets it right most of the time. You know, if he was a major league pitcher, 8 out of 10 ain't bad. You know what I mean? He gets it right most of the time. But that doesn't mean this is going to be correct. This is one of the most contentious time periods in Bachelor Nation history. And I don't know of any Bachelor who's been so disliked by a strong amount, and I don't blame people, you know what I mean? It was an ugly ending towards his season. He was kind of throwing Bachelor under the bus to Katie Thurston, saying, come on, you're just playing the role. What are we doing here? It's not about the rose. And I was like, well, it's about the paycheck. It's about the Instagram verification. Who knows what it's about? But Mike Fleiss, the boss of the whole thing, said major announcement regarding The Bachelor. No official decision has been made. Stay tuned. Have a nice cold gluten-free omission beer. And then he said, these decisions regarding our next Bachelor are complicated. Like the complicated process that gives us delicious gluten-free omission beer. So clearly the guy's he's like Chris Harrison. He's like, you're tired of watching the show? Read my book. He's got an answer to everything. I tell you what, we're going to get into the whole, all of the messages people are leaving. It can get kind of toxic. It's just a tough situation to talk about. In the meantime, let's just reset the deck. I'm going to get into a voicemail. I'm going to get into the petition. I'm going to get into what people are saying. Even an Instagram account that might be quitting covering The Bachelor because they don't want to deal with Greg Grippo. But first, let's just hear a nice song by Brennan, okay? Just to change the mood. Hold on a second, folks. Hold on a second here. No, we don't have time to redo this. We're shooting on the fly.
I've been a little lonely, sitting staring at the wall. But cats always land on their feet, and I just got the call. Paradise. And if I could fall in love, well then baby count me in. Even if I look like a
don't buffer
lobster once the sun touches my skin. We're all stranded on the beach, so let's thank the stars above that we rolled the dice in paradise, and if we're lucky, we'll
find love. Come on, man. Where's the internet?
Find love. I can't wait to find out who I'm meeting on the beach. I hear Abigail's a sweetheart, and Brittany is a peach. Jasenia, it might be a millennia.
Jasenia got a good shout out there. Come on, don't do this to me, buffering. Go to his Instagram.
Till somebody as cute as you comes knocking on my door. We're all stranded on the beach, so let's.
I do apologize for this, folks. I want to promise this will never happen again.
That we rolled the dice in paradise, and if we're lucky, we'll find love.
How does it only have 37,000 views? This guy is a gem. All right, let's move it along. This guy is a gem. Come on, folks. All right, so this actually came out, like a day before, actually the day of today, Thursday. And this is the Clickbait podcast discussing that they think it'll be Greg, but they're not necessarily excited about that. That's just what they think.
Go right now. I'm going to say a little dinner bet between us. We'll do a dinner at Sauce in New York at sometime soon. I'm going to go Greg. I'm going to go Greg's the next bet.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I think Greg has all of the norm of
No,
what.
I'm not talking about who I think should be. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing out there who I think it's gonna be.
It's gonna be
It's gonna be me. You know what I mean?
when by saying that, and what I'm trying to say is the norm of what they normally go for, I think, for Bachelor, like when I think about like Peter and like just other Bachelors, I feel like Greg
Vanilla
hits
bread.
all of those points.
Vanilla bread, vanilla toast, white bread, vanilla ice cream. Vanilla ice cream's pretty good. So anyway, we have Reality Steve. He shares this all. The whole place goes wild. But then you have like Mike Fleiss saying, "Hey, it's not a done deal." So some people had said, well, maybe Reality Steve, maybe they gave him this information to kind of suss out what people think. And it's like, didn't the Bachelor producers understand what people thought of him as the Bachelor after watching the Men Tell All? So Sophie Ross, going hard in the paint, a basketball term, they're very aggressive maneuver, going hard in the paint, says, I don't think people understand how horrible this man is. And yet I've spoken to his exes personally who want to stay anonymous so they're not mobbed by his weird, embarrassing stands. So F this franchise forever if this is what they decide. That sounds like it should be a Connor song. F this franchise forever if that is what they decide. I don't know. Get on it, Connor. All right. I don't have a voice. I don't have much of anything. I got a hairline. Okay. So this is from BachelorNation.scoop. They said, I had a feeling this would be the direction they would go. I had someone who has a contact at Disney reach out to me, and they're working on getting confirmation. If they choose Greg as Bachelor, I can no longer, in good conscience, support the franchise. For the franchise producers, etc., to disregard the feelings of so many who were triggered by Greg and throw 25 to 30 innocent women at him and ignore his problematic behavior is just irresponsible and very disappointing. Not even mentioning all the stories from his exes that were backed up by what we saw play out on screen. I don't know how I will continue this page. Anyone want to buy it? Serious inquiries only. Not me. Maybe I'll still share other Bachelor updates, but I don't think. If it is confirmed as Greg, I feel like I won't want to support anything Bachelor again. What else can we do with this page and community? All right, threatening to quit. All right, that's what, hey, when you believe in something, that's what you do. How does a man who told Katie, what does the rose even mean, become Bachelor? I just want to know. This is so freaking true. He made her feel disingenuous for playing the Bachelorette role, and now he's going to be the Bachelor? Huh? Exactly. Proof that he was going on for clout and never cared for Katie. Well, I don't know if that's proof he didn't care for Katie, but, seizing on an opportunity by all means. I will full on stop watching the franchise completely if they make Greg the Bachelor dead ass. For what it's worth, saw your slide and I'm with you and support you. We can't just let ABC do this, not only to the women on the show, but to all those that watch. It isn't right. If it is Greg, we should all boycott watching so ratings plummet. I support you following F-Boy Island theory, but in all seriousness, I'll follow your page with whatever you choose. I couldn't agree with you more. I will not watch that season if they choose Greg for every single reason you listed, and I appreciate your page wholeheartedly for giving us a voice the week after that episode of him aired. I couldn't watch that type of behavior for a reason. I lived it before. I don't need these feelings replayed weekly. So of course what happened was in Bachelor Nation, that Scoop got all this influx of women saying, hey, I had the next boyfriend who did the same thing, blah, blah, blah. And she, I'm assuming it's a she, shared all of this. And then the people that were kind of like Greg fans were like, oh, why are you such a Greg hater? And it's like, less of a Greg hater and more a supporter of people not being rewarded for toxic scenarios. Now, Greg went on the Nick Viall podcast. He answered all the questions at the Men Tell All. Was 5 months enough time for him to change? Do we want to reward how he acted with, when there's just a laundry list of people out there that could do the job? Mike Johnson, Andrew Spencer, Tyler Cameron, there's Uncle Anthony. Get Uncle Anthony in there. He'll do it for you. Get those cufflinks ready to go. The ladies go crazy for the cufflinks, right, ladies? Clink them. All right, they'll tickle you. Brass cufflinks. All right. If you're wondering why I'm so obsessed, this is why. I have personally spoken, so we got that already. Also, this is what he wanted all along, to become the Bachelor. He was never heartbroken or in love with Katie. How do so many people still not see this? Sophia Ross. I can't read that. It's too small. Go to bachelornation.scoop to check that out. I agree. Longtime Bachelor fan, but I have no interest in watching anymore if Greg is the Bachelor. It also makes zero sense to me how anyone could want him to be the Bachelor. I'm actually baffled by it. If it's Greg, I'm out. And what sucks even more, they will probably make the announcement right before Michelle's season, which could potentially hurt her views because of their stupid decision to pick Greg as the lead. All right, well, we don't know. They might be backtracking on this decision. All right, so that's a Michelle video there. Let's go keep it here. I don't understand this. Why make a guy the Bachelor that didn't like the way the show worked at the end? Seems like he's a fake to me. So many other great guys to choose from. What a dumb move on their part, per bachelornation.scoop. And how does it make, so just a repost there. Okay, we're going down the list. And let's see if there's anything else here. I will still watch Michelle's season. I will support her fully. I will stop watching if and when Greg rolls around. So there's a very clear message that he is the reason the ratings drop. I hope others will do the same. We'll share the petition with you guys. Whatever you choose to do with this page, I support 100 because GD, this franchise is trash now. Yeah, I keep saying trash now. When wasn't it? Yeah, I keep saying I'm going to watch Michelle's season because I want to support her and not give the franchise the satisfaction of her ratings plummeting, but then I'm out. Peace. First of all, what good does the producers of The Bachelor get if Michelle's ratings don't do well? That's not a good look for anybody. Obviously, we're hoping Michelle's ratings do well. It should be better than Katie's because it's in the fall versus the summer. I think that's a start. We'll have to see. Actually, I think it's more important that you do keep the page to cover him if he gets Bachelor. We need a voice from the other side with so many podcasts and Bachelor Nation people out there supporting him. Are there a lot of people supporting him? Having your opinion in POV and hopefully eventually sharing the perspectives of his exes, if they are brave enough to come forward, would be important. It seems that everyone's first reaction if they don't like the lead is to boycott, but it will still get decent ratings either way, and we need alternative coverage. Young girls, watch this. I support this comment more than any other. I think that is the right thing to do, is keep speaking truth to power. That's almost like if journalists say they're no longer going to cover the news because they don't agree with it. You know, it's like for me, it's like, well, when I see things that I think are BS or hypocritical or, PPP money or Colton, duct tape and tracking devices to his beard, whatever the case may be, you want to speak truth to that power. You want to speak truth to the baloney. Of course, at the same time, if people want their voices heard, join the petition. That's what it's all about. Hey, you can go to change.org if you don't want me to have a YouTube. I mean, it's not going to do you any good, but let the voices be heard. Everyone's got a voice. Use it. I'm in a full support of how that all works. Now, sometimes you go to someone's employer when you could have just asked them to apologize. And, there are situations where the wrecking ball goes too far, of course, but, let your voice be heard. Go ahead, Disney. Don't care. I work with them. Had a call with a UK group that produces Bachelor UK today. The group of people, you and co, who will boycott is so small. The additional people that will watch because of the controversy, me, is so much bigger. They win. That's not a bad point. They win. Right now, the petition's got a couple thousand views, whereas Greg Grippo's name is trending on Twitter. And trending on Twitter can make an international story. I mean, I know from my analysis, when I see certain spikes in ratings, it's like, y'all might want to cancel Taylor Nolan. But when she had those tweets come out, everyone wanted to talk about it. And at the end of the day, that's what Bachelor likes. Now, I think what would be more impressive to do is to reach out to the advertisers who advertise on Bachelor. That's a whole nother story. If you started, no, I'm not condoning this, but I'm just saying, if people were to petition against Neal Lane, diamonds, okay. Now, because then Neal Lane's going to make a call and be like, what are you guys doing over there? I'm trying to sling rock. What are you guys doing? ABC only cares about ratings. Honestly, it feels like this is how they got him to go on the show in the first place. Promise him a good edit, get the sympathy vote from the fight. Not that I think he deserves any, but Karens everywhere love him. We don't need to say Karens. We're over the Karen. I don't feel like the producers care to be genuine at this point. I really don't understand what producers are thinking at this point with casting. Yeah, no one does. I mean, no one has an answer for any of this. So it's one after another. All right, they keep going. I won't watch. The franchise has been going downhill for the last few years. We've called out their editing, manipulation, and poor casting choices for too long. They keep pushing the line because we keep watching. We're even seeing it now at Paradise. It's not going to stop until the ratings go down. I did say this in an earlier video. It is like Prometheus flying too close to the sun. Was it Prometheus? Now I'm starting to wonder. Maybe I had the wrong guy. Is it Adidas? Who's the name? What was the name of the guy? Prometheus, Adidas? Was it Reebok, who's the Greek god Reebok? He was the Greek god of the the shoes you wore if you couldn't afford the good shoes. All right, so Nike was also a Greek. What the branding on these things? All right, I'm trying to find the last one. I think that'll be it. That'll be it there. Let's go to a voicemail. Here we go. Let's listen to a voicemail from someone we just got. If you didn't watch my earlier video, I already played all the voicemails, but we had a new one come right in. So let's hear what they have to say regarding all this.
Hi, Dave. This is JoJo from Scottsdale, Arizona. I'm calling about the whole rumored Greg Grippo Bachelor announcement.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't really think that I'm that surprised considering the show's track record with casting emotionally unavailable men who have pretty much an inability to pick a long-lasting relationship.
Peter.
I just kind of think it's irresponsible at this point. I think that with how Katie's season ended, you had so many therapists and professionals weighing in on their ending and Greg's emotional status and maturity, and many of them came to the conclusion that he's just not ready or emotionally mature. And I think it's extremely irresponsible to put someone like that in a dating pool full of women. I think that it's really offensive and derogatory towards women, and I just necessarily find it unfair. But at the end of the day, I think that this franchise is in a desperate need of, regaining its clout again. So I think that the producers and the ABC showrunners are going to do whatever they can to get ratings back up, since the devastating loss of Chris Harrison. So I think that maybe if this is in fact true, that may be the reason why this is happening, because it just really doesn't make sense.
Desperation, she says.
I do think that there could have been so much other better options. You could have had a really beautiful love romantic season with someone like Michael A.
It's not too late. It's not too late.
That would have just tugged at everyone's heartstrings, and I think would have given you the same ratings. But they went the provocative route. So I just think it's incredibly irresponsible and kind of offensive as a woman. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. JoJo in Scottsdale with the voicemail. Very well said, JoJo. I very much appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, she's saying it's offensive to women. It's offensive to women. It's extremely irresponsible. The Don't Let Greg Grippo Be the Bachelor has 2,792 signatures. When I started this today, it was at 700. So by the time you're watching this, maybe that could have doubled. Go check that out. Either way, we appreciate hearing everyone's opinions on the matter. Could ABC and The Bachelor be desperate to get a ratings hike? Listen, the fact that Greg Grippo is trending on Twitter actually doesn't help with the cancellation. It might mean that they end up going with them. We'll have to see how it all plays out. Let me know what you guys think. Your opinions are all valid. I appreciate you. Have a good weekend, everybody. Bye now.